By analyzing the two penalty kicks right in the 2 minute stretch and how you saw.
I could start there, but I'm not gonna.
Jason, could you talk about your halftime directions?
Halftime I just thought we needed to be a little bit better. Obviously, it's good to be on the road at Houston, up a goal at halftime. But for me, we could still do better. I just thought, our biggest problem for coming, we just weren't possessing the ball well enough. And it continued in the second half, to be honest. It probably even got a little bit worse than it was in the first half. So for us, we're a team that we know we live and die with the ball. We need to possess the ball. And we didn't do well enough tonight.
Okay, well, one point where you did do well was the combination where you scored the first play, or the first goal. It was a good job of setting, going through, and a good job of getting free in the attacking third.
Yeah, I was obviously pleased with that individual play by a couple of players that were involved in that goal. It was a nice little combination, and I think it's a sign of what we're capable of. That we need to see more plays like that.
Coach, you talk about how tough it is every time you guys come down here, because you win the game in Houston. I mean, you're 0-6-1 in Houston now, and these guys play pretty tough and they're pretty physical every time you play them.
They are. It's a very quality side. Everybody has tremendous amount of respect for Houston, and not no different from anybody else. The one thing I would like to challenge Houston on is, can they make their field bigger? Because for me, 68 yards wide, and you look where you're sitting on the sideline, it's very apparent that field could be wider. So the question is, why is it not?
Okay, how about the one point where I thought y'all excelled was your back four, when the Dynamo kept, trying to, obviously bring the ball in and cross, and your back four did a really good job of defending them, trying to bring the ball inside.
We're very pleased with our back four. We think it's a very solid unit. We defend as a team, so I would say that defensively we have a very firm understanding of how we want to defend. And I think that we did a pretty decent job, certainly in the first half. I didn't think that they had much opportunity to score.
Coach, you talked about how deflating that first PK was. I mean, it seemed like at that point they were more energized and they turned it all around at that point.
Yeah, it was, as often happens in soccer, things seem to happen at the most inopportune times. But again, maybe they get rewarded for their spirit and their mentality and their attacking instincts in the second half. They get rewarded by gaining a penalty kick. So, but I don't want to comment about the call or anything else. I'll just comment and say that you don't love your team's reaction when the ball's right down in your half and you're having another chance to score. What was it, 30 seconds later? So we got to look at that and see if